are going to be going straight demon mode today, and I mean that in the most literal sense because we are going to be running this ORZHOV token deck with one of the meanest top ends that I could find to win the game. We're talking about Dreadfeast Demon, a card that's a 6/6 flyer, and it copies itself on the end step by sacrificing another non-demon creature, which can cascade very quickly for some crazy top end win con. We've got some really fun cards in here. One brand new card, only a singular new card, which is going to be the Transmogrant Altar, a 3 mana artifact that allows us to sacrifice a creature on the field and then tap it with some additional mana to either mana ramp us up to our late game, or, which is the more important thing, creating 3/3 zombies, which works extremely well with things like Jadar because it's going to produce this 2/2 zombie with Decayed we're going to lose anyways every single turn. So might as well turn that thing into a 3/3 zombie that stays on the field permanently. We've also got some other really fun win cons, obviously Rabble Rousing and Kaya. Rabble Rousing, we know exactly what that does. It goes extremely wide, but Kaya doubles up on all of our tokens, which is really crazy. A really fun way to win the game. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Halo Fountain. This is going to be our draw mechanic. We attack him with 2 creatures or more. We just untap 2 of those creatures during the attack step, drawing extra cards, or we can just untap 1 to create another body, which is also extremely fun. The deck was a blast. I know you guys are going to enjoy today's video, but if you are new here, there will be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, down below in the links, there's a full deck list, and if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, I'd really appreciate it, and it helps out so much. But yeah, with that being said, guys, enjoy today's games. We'll see you back here at the end. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today might be my favorite token deck we've ever created, which is saying a lot because I make a lot of token decks, but today has one of my favorite cards, obviously Kaya, and it doubles up on all of our tokens. But the real gem here is the win con of Dreadfeast Demon. If we can start doubling up on the tokens with a Dreadfeast Demon on the field, this thing is absolutely next level. I get to go first. Definitely gonna keep this. Now, we don't have a lot of Brothers War cards in here, but we do have one, and I've actually yet to draw it, and I've played a couple of games already. I haven't even seen it in my hands yet, but I do want to try it out and see what we can do with it. But it's this artifact called Transfigurance. Wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's in Spanish for some reason. That's in Spanish, but this card is really sweet. It's an artifact that essentially lets us sacrifice creatures, and when we sacrifice those creatures, we can generate either mana or we can generate another 3/3 zombie creature. So should be a lot of fun, especially if we're doubling up on our creatures with the Kaya. But so far so good. I mean, our curve so far has been phenomenal. We get the reinforcements down and immediately start plussing with Kaya. Kaya should be safe from our opponents being able to do much to us at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and just offer this trade. I mean, I don't care. This thing eventually will transform with the Coven, so I will trade those if they want. Cool. Keep the battlefield nice and clean. We're the ones left with a threat, so happy with that. Another black source would be Chef's Kiss, because I do need to get Soren down. Not quite a black source, but we did find a land, so I'm not too upset. I guess we plus again. Send this through. I would imagine they're not going to block. They're going to try to deal damage back to Kaya, which is going to be their undoing, because I'm going to go ahead and play another reinforcement here, and I'm just going to Oblivion away the Overseer, which doesn't seem like a ton of value, but it's good enough to keep Kaya safe, which is really the important thing here, because if I can get a Rabble Rousing down and then start doubling up the tokens, we should be able to run away with this very quickly. It all comes down to the opponent's next play here. They got 4 mana, which, you know, opens the door for a lot of different possibilities. I'm not sure what the opponent's even on at the moment, though. All we've seen so far is some really non-threatening small creatures, which is kind of strange. This isn't the soldiers, is it? No, they're not soldiers. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here, to be honest. All right, so we can drop in a Hollowed Fountain here, and send in both of these. Untap this one. and then we create another body. Hollow Fountain is really, really good. And once we start drawing cards for the Hollow Fountain, it's going to be even better. So definitely a really cool card that I've been excited about, but I've never really found a home for. I think this is a really good build for it. Because we typically do a lot of 3-color decks here on the channel. Like, that's pretty much all I ever do is 3-color decks. So when I can narrow it down to 2, Hollow Fountain gets a lot better because it requires so much white mana. All right, we get another land, which is perfect because we got to get the rabble rousing down, right? But the opponent left their mana all untapped, man. What in the world is going on here? Does that mean Wandering Emperor or does that mean counter magic? Because if we get countered, we're in a lot of trouble here. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, nothing at instant speed. Man, it's not a Wandering Emperor. Gosh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, we're not gonna do it. We're just gonna attack. We're just gonna attack. We're just gonna attack. Oh man. All right. I may regret that. The rabble rousing, I just did not want to run it into a make disappear or something simple like that where I just lose all the value. I've never actually ulted a Kaya before either, which I can totally do this next turn. And I create 1/1 spirit token for each card exiled this way. I'm gonna get a ton of spirits here potentially. Oh, nice. Actually, it's not even necessary anymore. Oh, cool. We finally found our altar, which is the card we've been dying to play. All right, let's get down the rabble rousing. Oh, Dreadfeast Demon, yes sir. Double down on the tokens that we generate. Create 4. All right, they get a 5/5 Spirit Companion though, so it can make some good blocks, but we got some good chumps as well. And Kaya can keep minusing for the next couple of turns because we've banked all this loyalty over time. And I can draw cards too with the Hollow Fountain, which is fantastic. Things going really well for us right now. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Kind of the same idea what we did the other day. We made an Esper build with that same card doing the same sort of thing. All right, let's go ahead and drop this down. Let's drop this down. We're gonna try out this new card and see how it goes. Let's go to -2 with Kaya. This is gonna be an absurd turn right here. This -2 with Kaya is gonna be absolutely absurd. All right, we're gonna go and sacrifice you, creating 2 zombies, and that'll double up. Yep, perfect. Then we attack into the opponent here, creating double the amount of rabble rousing creatures, which does bring in Dreadfeast Demon, which when Dreadfeast Demon sacrifices a token, it's going to create 2 more Dreadfeast Demons. So this is going to be an absolutely wild and absurd turn here. Not to mention we still get 2 more tokens on top of that because of the Hollow Fountain. All right, there's 2 more. Make it a nice even 10. You know what I mean? All right. Now, when they see the Dreadfeast Demon and what it's about to do, I would imagine they're going to scoop. Unless the opponent has a sweeper. They could definitely have a sweeper here, which would be a bummer, but I'd still be left with a board of just really great enchantments and hopefully some Sorns to follow it up with. Nope, no sweeper. Unless they have a depopulate. Excuse me. Yeah, this turn was absolutely absurd. That was probably one of the best turns in a token deck I've ever done. Man, doubling down with Kaya's tokens is just nasty. And then we got to try out the new card too, which is really cool, man. I'm really glad we got to showcase how cool this card can be. Sacrificing a little 1/1 and creating 2 3/3 bodies. And then even if we needed the mana for, like, let's say a Dreadfeast Demon, we could have done that as well. So very nice. All right, I almost had one more game for the road. What the heck? We just started. My brain is fried because I do all my recording in 1 day or 2 days sometimes, you know, just over the weekend essentially. And so sometimes my brain doesn't work very well. Yeah, I don't think I can keep that. As much as I wanted to keep it, I don't think I can. This is good. Oh, the rabble rousing being tossed here does not feel great, but you know what? I think it's the right call. I think it's the right call. Kicking things off with the wedding announcement is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Hopefully we can outgrind the opponent with this Sorin. Looks like they might be mono black. Nope, the mirror. Anytime I see blue, man, I get this little tingle feeling of like annoyed. I'm just annoyed. That's why right there. The priority holds to make disappears. Ugh. Is it impulse? Probably impulse, huh? If it's impulse, yep. Then we're looking at a Jin deck, which is not fun. All right, let's send this through, see if they got an answer for it. Man, we saw the impulse that I would have imagined they would have wanted to counter something like this if they had it, right? And I have a backup Sorin, so I think I'm safe to throw this down. It doesn't feel great. It does feel like we're walking into something here, but again, I feel like if they had something the turn before, they definitely would have played it on that wedding announcement, and they didn't. So cool. This does resolve. Love that. Love that. Big time. Hero's downfall though. Yikes. Okay, at least we get our 2-3 out of the deal. Pretty good. Pretty good. We can keep the beatdown going. The opponent probably not going to be on... I mean, if they're going to be on a sweeper, it would definitely be Path to Peril. And if they have it right now, that would just be super unlucky. How unlucky can we be? Let's find out. Drag to the bottom. Pretty unlucky. All right. I think double wedding announcement would be good. Just kind of chugging along here with these 1/1s, flipping them over. Rabble rousing off the top there, by the way. Phenomenal pull. I don't know if the altar has a place right now. We're just trying to get these creatures down so we can keep beating them to death. Obviously drag to the bottom, not a fun card to have to deal with right now, but it is a card nonetheless that is crushing me. All right, cool. That's not a bad find. That's actually a really good find. All right, let's get this into play. Oh, there's no way they tap the mana that way. Oh, you're kidding me, game. Come on. I just got completely screwed by the auto tapper. Could have been able to play this and then use it immediately, but auto tapper completely screwed me over there by tapping the wrong sources. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. It's pretty rare that I get screwed by the auto tapper. Like, it's super, super rare. So I didn't expect that. I should have probably slowed the release of that card down just to see what was happening there. But all right, no blue, so we definitely can resolve a rabble rousing if we want. But man, such a bummer. I can't believe that happened. I mean, it only matters because we would have only gotten one additional 1/1 token, but I mean, that can make a big difference. We'll see if it ends up hurting us down the road. Good old auto tapper, man. Let's get another one. Those weren't exactly great pulls on the rabble rousing, but good enough. We get to draw a card here, which is great, and then things will be a lot stronger because of the flip over here on the wedding announcement. I'm glad the opponent's struggling to hit these blue sources, but Invoke Despair, obviously a very good card, and having the mana to cast it is not good for us. Drag to the bottom, why not? They found another blue source as well. All right. All right. It all starts with one token. You got to get a token on the field in order to build up. So here comes another kill spell of some sort. Infernal Grasp. Yep. Why not? All right. So this is a removal tribal control style of deck. Pretty clear at this point. That's a card. And wanting to minus the Sorin here feels like the right call, but also at the same time, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Kaya's definitely coming in, right? Kaya's definitely coming in.
I'm here on gatewatch business, so stay out of my way. You can't fight.
It's not the greatest play. It really isn't, but it'll force them to have to, again, you know, find another removal of some sort. This is only going to give me mana, which is not going to be helpful, so we passed a turn. Yikes, man. Those sweepers have been just an absolute nightmare. Sweepers are our weakness, and the opponent had a couple of them so far, and not to mention the infernal or the invoke despairs have been pretty brutal. But we have the hollowed fountain on the field, and we have rabble rousing, so I'm just hoping, man, I'm hoping one of these tokens can survive at least another turn, get us a few more tokens. I need at least one token in order to pull off what our deck is supposed to be doing. Is this only sorcery speed? Yeah, thought so. All right, the opponent sends an attack through here, allowing me to gain 3 life, but what exactly does that mean for us? Why? Why are they doing this? Why would they be doing this? Black and blue don't exactly scream out to me instant speed pumps, instant speed. Yeah, there's really nothing I can think of here that would make this a good attack. I mean, I'm probably forgetting about something here, but this is, you know, the screams, it's a trap. It's a trap, like, so hard. I got to get that on the soundboard. It's a trap. All right, we gained 3 apparently for no reason so far. Is there a card that deals 2 damage? Like, what are we looking at here? They got something. Maybe they think that if they dealt that damage, cut down would be a viable option, but it's not. I've actually tried that before, where you hit your opponent's creature and you try to lower their you know, their stats and then try to hit them with the cut down, but it doesn't work that way. And I think that's exactly what they just tried to do. All right, cool. Very cool.
I've got the
Come on.
for the job.
Double up on the rabble rousing. Love that. Here's where we start to outvalue the opponent here. But it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot just because of those drag downs, or the drag to the bottoms. But the drag to the bottoms at this point don't hit you know, my flyers, because they can only hit for 3. So we should be safe on that front. Let's get the wedding announcement in. And I could get the Nadar in, the Jadar in, but I'm gonna save it just in case they sweep the board. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna do one of these. Just gonna do one of these, create a 3/3 body, which is now a 4/4 body. So get a much bigger creature for the price of one. Clearly the opponent has something here. Just, I mean, to cut down, obviously, but get another wedding announcement. That's huge. Okay. All right, we're in business, guys. I think we're gonna win this game. Hercule Master Wizard is actually a really cool card, though. I respect the plays. I respect that as a win con, man. That's pretty cool. All right, so they play an instant speed spell, which means they get to go look at the top of their deck and find some more instant speed magic. They do have the Djinn, and they scoop it up. Let's go, man. What a game, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, this deck is really cool. This is really cool, and I'm super happy we thought of it, because I was struggling, guys. I'm like, man, what is going to be today's build? And I was just struggling for an idea, and I'm like, I really like Dreadfeast Demon, and I have this Jund deck that I wanted to do with it as well. It's a Reanimator deck, but we've kind of done things like that in the past. It'll probably be the video for tomorrow, but yeah, I'm like, you know what? Let's just try straight ORZHOV, straight tokens, and it worked out. It worked out, that's for sure. All right, let's not try to lose this one. Green, Uncharted Haven. Okay. Let's just flash in the reinforcements here, I think. All right, let's pray for a couple lands off the top. 2 of them back to back would be really nice. All right, another Uncharted Haven. That's very strange. Are they a 5-color deck, or what exactly are we looking at here? I guess we'll go with Jadar now. Let's get the Jadar in. If we top deck an Oblivion, it'll be nice to have the 2/2s to sack for. All right, they're Bant colors so far. Extra land coming down. They gained the 3 life too on the saga, the second part of that saga. All right, so far just Bant colors, but the Courier bat. Okay, so that's gonna definitely show us that they're up to 5-color shenanigans. And then we'll flash in another reinforcements. We definitely should not have kept this 2-land hand, but here we are up against the 5-color deck, ramping up, and we have no lands. So I'm praying we can get this done. We do have a really easy rabble rousing though with this altar. If I can find a 3rd land. We're still only seeing Bant colors though. I feel like they're gonna drop that really big blue enchantment that allows you to just play things for free, and we find a 3rd Wandering Emperor over a 3rd land. Kind of bizarre, but you know what, I knew what I was walking into today. I kept the bad hand, so all right, we deal the damage. We play out another Jadar here. I know these are only just tapped and they'll come back, but not for a couple of turns. So I'm just going to play this one instead. It does stink though. We don't get the zombie because we technically already have one. So it's not going to give us that zombie, but come on, land. I know you can do it, deck. Produce me that land. Oh, what a bummer. I hate losing games that I completely threw. This is a throw just because of the keep we had. This is definitely a throw though. Yeah, that's game. That's gonna be game. Unfortunate. I'm gonna concede here, and the only reason I'm gonna concede here is just because, again, so much mana the opponent has to work with here. They just reloaded their hand, and you know, we're just killing time at this point. So I want to make sure we get more games in for you guys. So all good though. On to the next. All right, well, that was not ideal, but you know what? It's better to get the losses out of the way quickly, I guess, so we can get into better games, you know? So it's a good throwaway. It's a good throwaway. Just jump right into the next one. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, okay. I always like starting out the reinforcements into a wedding announcement. I think that's a really good 1-2 play here because, again, if they don't have anything on the field by the time our reinforcements come down on flash, we can get through for the 2 creatures and draw a card immediately, which may be pretty relevant. We'll see. We shall see. So far, it's mono white. Some enchantment stuff. Could be some Selesnya action. There may be a benefit to us blocking the Spirited Companion and getting rid of it. We'll see. They are going to create a 1/1 that I'm not going to be able to get through anyways, so I guess we should flash this in and block, because this could again be a relevant card later down the road, being that it's an enchantment. It could tie in with their game plan, having a number of enchantments on the field, so we shall see. But let's get our wedding announcement down. We're somehow ahead of the opponent, it feels like, on board, because we have the wedding announcement, you know, matched up, and we just have an extra body, so I'm winning the race in that department. I don't like that they found that though. That's a tough card to deal with. Double wedding announcement seems good. Is that what I want to do? Probably, right? Maybe just draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think if I can hit a rabble rousing, we'll be in a good spot. All right, let's go ahead and draw 2 cards here. All right, not what we were looking for. Not what we were looking for at all. But you know what? We're getting there. We're getting closer to that rabble rousing, getting closer to the Dread Feast Demon. That's all we're looking for, really. Here comes all of the little spirit tokens, though. These things are going to scale as well, which you hate to see. Yeah, I don't know. I got to find a Rite of Oblivion so I can take out the Hallowed Haunting. It's our only shot at getting rid of that. They're taking a card draw here. Nothing to do with their 3 mana left over, so they pass the turn. All right, I think I'm going to go Kaya here. double on the tokens here.
I'm here on gate.
Flash this in because, you know, we have to play it on our main phase if we're going to get that extra token. And I did want the extra tokens, so I'm going to pass the turn here so I can create 4. And we flip over. Now we've got a really, really strong board state out of nowhere thanks to Kaya's ability to double up on everything. That's really clutch. Now, if I can hit that rabble rousing, man, I'm telling you guys, this thing is over. But that's a big if. It's a big if. The opponent could have a sweeper too, which you'd hate to see, but at the same time, I do have Kaya. I do have a wedding announcement on the field that would trigger next turn too. So I could rejuice up pretty quickly here. But it's a farewell. I guess they only used it as a sweeper though, so that works out. I thought maybe they'd go enchantments there, but it makes sense why they didn't. All right, this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. Submit 0. We get 2 more tokens. Now they're 3 3s. Let's hope they don't have another farewell though. That would be bonkers. Nope. Circle of confinement. That is fine. They can only get a token, but they do get a spirit in exchange. Borrow time. Now that can get anything they want. I wonder what they take here. Is actually really, really interesting. Okay, so they take the Kaya. Let's go. Oh, that's so clutch. That is so clutch. All right, blow this up.
I like a plane where I can stick to the
Let's get this in. Double down on the tokens, getting 2 more. Seems like a pretty solid idea.
You can't fight all this.
All right. Now we've got 2 more targets we can use this Oblivion for. Take care of the Hallowed Haunting. That was the only card we needed right there. So glad we found it. Now we're in a really good spot. Obviously, Farewell, another problematic card though, can hit our graveyard. Okay, what does that do? Up to 2 target creatures you get a 2/2 and a turn. If you control an artifact and enchantment, those creatures also gain lifelink. So they didn't have an artifact, so they didn't get the lifelink. Okay, you're gonna let my Kaya survive, huh? Strange. Strange. All right, definitely plus here.
Need a weapon? I got plenty.
Attack with both of those. Untap them. Draw that card. It's another Hallowed Fountain. Not terrible, but not what I wanted to see. Wow, they trade with one of the spirits. I like that. Oh man, I didn't even realize though that I would not have a good token here to sack to with the Oblivion. All right, gonna have to take out the 4/4. Is that what we want to do though? Kind of want the 4/4 body here. I do have another one of these. You know what? I have another one of these. This might seem silly, but I think I'm okay with that because I need to have that 4/4 available to me to block Jadar. I draw a card. Perfect. Okay. So I got some 5/5s. The problem is one of their creatures is a flyer. And another problem is that they just found another Hallowed Haunting. Yikes. Big yikes.
Next time, I better get paid.
What a top deck. Okay. We're fine. Everything's fine, guys. Just how we drew it up. Just how we drew it up. They probably double block here. Totally fine. We then sacrifice the zombie, get 2 Dreadfest Demons. Okay, they don't double block. Seems strange. They should have. I would have lost my token, but they leave it on the field. Now we got 2 9/9s to work with. That's a good creature though that they pulled. All right. I don't think they can keep up with us though. I really don't. Yeah, send these both through. They double block 1 and that's fine. Everyone seems to double block the original because they somehow think that that's going to stop the Dreadfeast from growing, but it's actually not at all going to stop it because it just continues the cycle, the copy of itself is still a copy of itself. It still works the same way. So we get the zombie, we sack the zombie, we create another demon. All right, the cycle never ends now, and we've got them locked completely out of the game, I think. But they do create another spirit. That does change the game. That is lifelink. It's a big creature, man. Holy. But I can trade lifelink for lifelink here, though. But that is a bummer, I can't lie. Oh, wow, they don't even attack. That seems like a big mistake to me, but that's pretty good. I'm going to decline it, though. I think we're just going to attack in.
Times call for dire tactics.
Send everybody through. Send everybody through. We draw the demon. That 12-12 is going to make things tricky, though. I'm going to be completely honest. It's going to make things very strange. They're back to 5. Okay. Let's get a second Dreadfest demon in here. Dreadfeast. We sack this and this. Perfect. All right. Now we should be able to close the game. We did lose Jadar, which was a bit of a mistake on my end, but you know what? We have Soren still, so that'll do it. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake attacking with the Jadar. I didn't think about the double block there, but it worked out in our benefit. So a little bit of a misplay, misstep, but got the W. All right, let's try to squeeze in one more game here for the road. This has been a lot of fun, man. An absolute blast. Dude, I love tokens. I love tokens. One of my favorite. I mean, I only really do play my favorite types of mechanics, like discard, tokens, sacrifice. I love things that are weird. I like weird win cons. All right, we've got a pretty solid hand here to kick things off. Jadar right into the altar. We've yet to get that combination kind of rolling because the opponent keeps killing our Jadar every time we have this combination. I'm hoping they don't, you know, stop us this time around. All right, we do get the altar. Let's go. Send them both in. Down to 19. They're on some Naya stuff, so this might be a tokens matchup here. A token versus token deck. I don't like having two altars. That's a bit of a bummer. If I could, you know, if this was some sort of Dreadfeast Demon or a Rabble Rousing, I'd be able to cast it this turn with all the mana that I can generate, but unfortunately that's not the case. I think I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna create the demon here, attack him with Jadar, and then flash in my reinforcements. I'm sorry, not the demon, it's the zombie. Create the zombie is what I meant to say. All right, so they gain another life here. Still on Naya. Could be 5 colors, but I don't see. Okay, that's a bummer. That's a bummer, but we reload pretty quickly here. Pretty quick reload. Yikes, man. Another black source. I need to get the Hollowed Fountain in because I need to start creating more bodies and drawing cards, but unable to really take advantage of this because I don't have double white. So let's attack in here. Let's create that 3/3. I'm gonna sack the actual. The tokens are a little bit more valuable to me. I guess it doesn't really matter, but the tokens are a little more valuable to me. But because if I get a Kaya, Kaya can put 1/1 counters on the tokens. It can't put 1/1 counters on the actual creatures. I might have already said that earlier. Can't remember, but hopefully no more sweepers. That'd be a bit of a bummer. All right, they get a Portal to Phyrexia in the graveyard. We know what they're trying to do now. That's good to know. The Portal of Phyrexia, not that scary though. Can only make us sacrifice 2 permanents, right? Or 3? 3 creatures. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Let's attack in. Oh, I can only create another 1/1 out of the deal, huh? Man, the mana really becoming an issue at the moment. But we keep getting these 3/3 bodies. I mean, the synergies are absolutely insane right now. If only I can get the card draw going. I need another white source. Just need another plains and we're good to go. Then I can start drawing cards like crazy. Cabaret Charm gets another land. They have treasure to work with now, so there should be something pretty big coming down here. Yeah, there it is. All right, we lose our 3 creatures. Bummer. Wedding announcement solid. All right, they're probably gonna steal our Jadar. Yeah, figured. Yeah, this is a bummer. I think missing the white source here is really gonna cost us this game. We could have been drawing cards by now, quite a few, but not being able to do that has really kind of crushed us. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it back, especially with the portal down. I mean, why is this giving me the option here? Oh, I can do that without. Okay, got it. I was gonna say it's only a sorcery speed, but it's only sorcery speed for the zombie, not the Okay, what do we do? What do we do? I think we just attacking in here does nothing. It can create us another body, but then this just dies. So then we just, yeah, we're in the same boat. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. And I suppose we do this. We have nothing else to do with our mana, and we say go. What a bummer. Absolutely landlocked at the moment. They get another creature of ours. There's nothing in their graveyards though, so they're not going to be able to bring anything back from the graveyards going forward until they've killed something or, you know, discarded a big creature. So, but I would imagine they're running Titan of Industry, so it's just a matter of time. Here it is. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we could have done here, guys. Without a second white source to draw cards off of the fountain, we were in a bit of trouble there. So they destroy the wedding announcement, which I expected. Just an absolute bummer. I hate losing games like this where it just comes down to mana. It's so frustrating. Not to say that they weren't going to win, but there's a lot of things I could have pulled here that could have helped me. I mean, a white source to draw cards would have been nice, but then also drawing into like a an Oblivion could have been helpful. But unfortunate for us that the cards didn't line up. All right, well, that's going to do it, unfortunately. We are going to break the deck down after this match, though, and talk about it a little bit. So stick with me here. You never know. We might be able to pull this off. I don't know. I highly doubt it, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Getting a lot of 3/3 bodies here, though. I just realized I just gave them that. That was a mistake. All right, that's gonna give their creatures 1/1s, right? I mean, if they take that off, all their creatures get a 1/1 counter. Or just one creature. Okay, just one creature. Remove a 1/1 counter from investigating hot springs. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Activate. Okay, it's not that great of a card either. That's a bummer. All right, we try to absorb as much as we can here. What saves us here? I guess a Dreadfeast Demon, but that's a card. That is a card.
I take no joy in the slaughter. It's necessary. You fight for me now.
Pass the turn. Just not enough, man. This is just not enough. Now, I mean, the fact that they're just reanimating every turn all my creatures that give them extra value is just, it is just not enough. That was a really strange board sweep, though. They were definitely ahead on board. I'm really shocked that they pulled the trigger on that. Kind of crazy. They're probably going to attack Sorin, too. Oh, they don't. They go face. Believe it or not, no blocks. We're going to take the 8. We're going to shoot a Hail Mary here. A Wandering Emperor plus, well, I guess I would need Sorin to hit me a Plains off the top and a Wandering Emperor. Well, if I get a Wandering Emperor now, we're dead. So I needed that in reverse. You know what I mean? All right. Let's attack in. Gain that life. Untap it. Create a 1/1. Gain that 2 life. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it. GG's. Again, nothing we could have done there. Way too late on the mana. The mana just got there a tad too late, but it's a really fun deck, and I had a blast playing it. So let's break this thing down. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down and talk about it a little bit further, but before I do so, I want to give you guys a huge shout out if you made it this far into the video. I do appreciate that a lot. Thank you for sticking around. It helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm when you stayed this long, so Thank you for that. It helps pump my videos out to more people, more eyeballs. So I appreciate you for that. With that being said, let's take a look at today's build, man. So again, this is a Dreadfeast Demon deck, a deck that I built solely around this card. I love this card. I've been using this card a lot in a lot of different builds lately, and I will give you guys a little bit of a heads up. It's going to be, I think, in tomorrow's build as well, but I'm not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or Friday, but it's such a good card. It really is. The top end on this is a great top end finisher for any build that runs black, but basically being able to copy itself is one thing, but you copy itself and then that copy can copy itself. So now you're just really cascading the, you know, the snowballing effect is in full force. You're getting so many demons so quickly. So if your opponent can't answer it the moment it enters the field and it allows you to make that copy, it's going to be so much harder going forward because they're going to need at least 2 spot removal, if not a sweeper, to answer your board state. It's really fun, and I wanted to try it in not such a complicated fashion. Normally I'd try to reanimate this or do something crazy with it. Let's just play it straight up today. And that's what I was thinking. So I decided let's play it in the cleanest deck I can find, which is this ORZHOV token build. And of course, we knew we were going to need a rabble rousing as well as our backup win condition, but also it gives us enough tokens to continuously sacrifice to the demon. So I knew we were going to be an ORZHOV token deck, so I needed to make sure we had a lot of really token positive sort of things. We have things like Reinforcement and Jadar in the early game. Reinforcement's obviously getting us that token early, getting us a wide board growing pretty quickly. But Jadar is really important here because the 2/2 zombie is really important for us to use and utilize for certain spells like Rite of Oblivion. We can use the Rite of Oblivion to use the zombie, sacrifice it, obviously getting a new zombie back later, but sacrificing it to remove something off the battlefield. But also because we're trying a new card, this Transmogrant Altar, we can sacrifice these zombie tokens to create more zombie tokens, but these new zombies are a little bigger, a little badder, and they stick around permanently, which is fantastic. So I thought Jadar would be a really good fit here. Halo Fountain was something I was going to be trying out here today because I think this is a very good card in a 1 to 2 color deck. And so today it made a lot of sense, being able to untap my creatures that attacked in, which essentially gives them vigilance. And then, drawing cards off of this, really, really cool. And it's also another win con if we can somehow untap 15, but that's pretty unlikely. But mostly just to draw cards every single turn. Obviously creating a token in some tight spots is really helpful too. And the wedding announcement was obviously a no-brainer here. Any token deck needs a good wedding announcement. And then I went with 3 planeswalkers here. We got Kaya, Wandering Emperor, and Sorin. This could technically be a planeswalker, tribal deck with these 3 going on, but basically they're going to all work together really well because these 2 create tokens. Kaya doubles down on those tokens. Also, Kaya gives, with its +1 death touch to all creatures, but also a 1/1 counter to a token. So they all work pretty good together. Obviously, Sorin and Wandering Emperor, we do know what they do for the most part, but card advantage, removal, it's all good stuff, man. This is a very fun list that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Again, make sure if you guys are ever looking at my decks, maybe just don't go ahead and craft them right away. Maybe think about it. Think about what you can improve on, what we were lacking, what you can do better. Give it your own twist, have fun with it. But hopefully the bones here I think are pretty good. The structure's pretty nice. I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. I personally like it a lot. I'm not too sure what I would change, but maybe something that can get us a little more bodies, a little more quickly on the battlefield. Not having green kind of does hurt us in the sense that we can't run things like Join the Dance and whatever, but I think Jadar was a fine supplement to this deck, especially because we have some sacrifice mechanics here too. But yeah, super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Before we get out of here, as always though, a huge shout out goes to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the membership program here on the channel, and these people help me out a lot, man, with their monthly memberships. They really keep the channel going, keeps the lights on, metaphorically, and I just got to say thank you and let them know I appreciate them every single video. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the new members and all the old. Just thanks for being a part of my team, man. And I just appreciate everything you guys do for me. I really do. And I appreciate anyone who also made it this far into the video. That's a huge feat, and I do appreciate that. These videos are not short, so thanks for giving me your time and lending me your ear. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. I really do. But we will be back again tomorrow for another one. And if you guys don't know, there is a live stream tonight. We're gonna just probably be grinding a lot of these decks this week, and trying to work our way to Mythic to close things out, if Mythic hadn't already rotated. I'm not sure. Anyways though, Thanks for everything, guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.